Today I'm going to give you an overview of our orientation webpage and walk you through what it has to offer. So the long-term care orientation page for incoming support was developed to support education for incoming team members, and specifically those that had limited or no experience working or even being in long-term care. The target audience for the website included resident support aides, students, so perhaps those in nursing programs or in personal support PSW programs, redeployed staff, including staff coming in from the military or even school board staff that were redeployed into long-term care during the pandemic, and any other healthcare staff new to long-term care. So when we started to develop the page, we really, we consulted with partners and collaborators and stakeholders, and we decided together to divide the page into various sections. So the first section is foundational knowledge. This area was really meant to house any documents that really would give people a very brief overview of what long-term care is, how does it work, who lives there, those kinds of things. So it includes documents like what is long-term care. We connected with the Ontario Association for Residents Council, OARC, to ask them about putting the Bill of Rights on the website. We looked for information about COVID and infection control. The second section on the page is communication and person-centered care. So here we really wanted to share information about how communication should be done in long-term care homes. The third section is related to providing support in long-term care, which offers documents and videos related to supporting those with dementia and even things like supporting mobility for those living in long-term care. Finally, there's a fourth section called personal care, which includes information on oral care, bathing, dressing, and support at mealtime. The website is constantly updated and documents are added as needed. And I'll just take a second now to walk you through what the website has to offer in real time. Here is the landing page for the LTC Orientation for Incoming Support site. You can access this page by going to clri-ltc.ca/orientation. Before walking you through the site, we'd like to share that this site has a lot of good resources that would not have been possible to pull together without the help of various stakeholders and collaborators. The site has been visited over 15,000 times since its launch in March. Now, when you land on the page and you scroll down slightly, you can see that the 4 sections previously described are featured here. Clicking on each of the section will take you right down to that area. Within each section, for example, Section 1, Foundational Knowledge, you will see that an approximate time of completion has been noted. This time accounts for a person if they were to complete each module, looking at all resources within. Within each section, there are modules. For example, what is long-term care? Residents' Bill of Rights, coronavirus, and infection control. Within each module, there are a variety of resources that have been curated. You might find in one module PDFs. In other sections, there might be videos through YouTube or other educational sites. And other times there are links to different websites, including government sites and links to free educational courses. Within each module as well, you can see there is an estimated time for completion. So we know that most people are spending 6 minutes or less on the site, indicating that they're really choosing the resources that suit them best. If you scroll up a little bit, you can see this section here called COVID Care Learning. So the orientation site in general is targeted to new staff in LTC working in care support roles. But if you're looking for educational resources that support clinical skill development, this is where you go. Clicking on this link here will take you to more clinical care needs. The COVID Care site was created by the Michener Institute of Education and the CLRI team at Baycrest. COVID Care is an online learning management system to support upskilling for healthcare workers being redeployed for COVID. The other nice thing about the orientation site is that almost all of the resources are available in French. So if you scroll over here to this French tab and click it, the site automatically switches. As noted, the majority of resources are available in French, and if not, they are currently being translated, or it has been noted that they do not exist in the French language. As previously mentioned, the website is constantly being updated with new curated materials suited for the needs of long-term care. So make sure to check back often to see what's available. So the next initiative that we're working on to complement the webpage is called the Ontario Universal Resource App for Long-Term Care, otherwise known as our LTC app. Our LTC app is a really easy to access, curated library of quality resources for skilled team members working in long-term care. So it's meant to be something that you can pull out and look up a resource really quickly while you're in the role. Each resource requires no more than 2 minutes of time to complete, and all resources have been vetted to make sure that they're coming from sound sources. The app really works as an education refresher at any time. A nice feature of the app is that if you create an account, you have the ability to go in and favorite specific resources. So if there's a video you really like a mobility video, and you need a refresher 2 weeks down the road, you can go in, look at your favorites, and find that video quickly. There's also a choice to create an anonymous login and use it as you see fit.
In July, we launched an e-learning platform to support the completion of CLRI e-courses. This hub contains education resources intended to support team members in long-term care to learn new skills and practices. The resources are still short and concise, but provide an opportunity to deepen the learning on specific skills. You can gain access to the e-learning hub by visiting learn.clri-ltc.ca, and you can see that web address at the top of the screen. You will need to set up an account and register for the hub. And the hub contains free e-courses that are specific to long-term care and respond to the needs in the sector. This is the home page for the Ontario CLRI e-learning hub. You can navigate to this page by typing in the learn.clri-ltc.ca web address at the top of the navigation menu. The homepage simply shows you a little bit about how you have to get set up. I'm already logged in and have an account with this system. So I'm going to navigate to find a course to take a look at all the courses that are available through the e-learning hub. The featured course is always profiled at the top of this page, and it shows you what courses you have completed and the status of all of the courses that are available. You will also notice at the top that all of the courses are free. So this is an example of what the course outline would look like. It tells you a little bit about what to expect and who's been involved in the development. And then by simply clicking on the Take This Course button, you can begin the course. As mentioned earlier, you can stop and start the course at any time to allow you to return to the course when you have more time to complete it. You can also click on the Your Courses tab at the top of the page to see which courses you have completed or started within the eLearning Hub platform. That is a quick tour of the eLearning Hub, and you can expect more courses to be on the platform in the coming months ahead. A few features of the eLearning Hub that I haven't already shared with you include the fact that courses can be stopped and started as needed. Courses are interactive, and they include knowledge checks just to solidify the learning. And because of registration, it allows you to track your courses and your certificates of completion. So if you're a home that's interested in having your team members complete some of these e-courses, they can show you proof of participation and completion of a course by sharing their certificate. In addition to the resources that we have already developed, we will continue to develop, curate, and share new education. As you may already know, we run various webinars and rounds. We've done that throughout the entire program, but particularly through the pandemic. And you can stay up to date on those by visiting our events page.